Yo, yo, yo. All right, I'm back. Maybe it'll work better on this one as far as excuse me, as far as the messaging. The other phone, I just got it, so it's not set up well. But this one probably will. So, as I told y'all before I hung up, though, yeah, it's my birthday. Actually, more importantly, it's Poop's birthday. We share a birthday. So, in keeping let me see, let's cut that off. What's going on, Mike Ortiz? Keeping in what dads have to do, with them living in Florida and me part time back and forth. We've been in the airport seemed like all weekend. I flew out to get them, flew in back for my for the birthday party. Then I flew him back today so he can make it to school tomorrow and have a birthday. So yeah, it's been one of them weekends, man. Like I told y'all, my boy Ed with his tiny bottle of Hennessy, that's been the highlight of my day. And by the way, I didn't get it. Thanks, Bronx House. Um, but y'all see some videos coming on here. Y'all gonna notice I'm a lot more active. A lot of the hard work is done with the excuse me, the oh, absolutely, Jonathan. God is always great, good, and everything in between. Um, the TBKC will finally, and I guess it's right on time, so I won't say finally, but you know what I'm saying. It's time to register dogs. The website is done, and we're ready to go. And the real live, which we'll probably end up doing it. I'm going to be live several times this week, but we'll still end up doing our Friday live. One of these mornings, I'm going to sneak in the morning live before Friday. But people are asking me what's the preparation part of this thing. It's no preparation. We're just going back old school. Y'all notice as I tweak the standards, as I move things around. Basically, we just going back to very, very clean dogs and pushing that. There's no need to worry about who's getting kicked out at this point in time. Some people will, we will have to eliminate some dogs, but not all of them. You know what I mean? Of course, some dogs will make the cut even though they might not make the show ring cut, and other dogs will make it, basically because of who they're supposed to be. But it's nothing to worry about in the show ring as far as what we're going to do with that. But I will tell y'all this, I've been preaching education so much, and some of y'all are talking about doing breeding programs, right? I'm going to preach this, and we're going to go way, way more in depth into this. I'm not going to be on here that much longer on here, but this is something I want to talk to you about. Like I said, I'll go more in depth into it. With the dog thing, the one thing that we talk about is we keep talking about, breeds. And of course, breeds is what we identify, the breakdown of these dogs with. But more so, these dogs should be looked at species. And what I mean by that is, as say for instance, in the big cat world, and y'all have heard me talk about the ligers, the mixing of a tiger and a lion. Well, one of the reasons why those dogs come out, I mean, dogs, one of those reasons that those cats come out sterile is because thanks, Tank, the genetics are so different that they're really a different species. So when you mix different species of animals together, um, there are chromosomes missing in that equation, and with those chromosomes missing and things not being able to measure up properly, these dogs will not be able to reproduce, amongst other flaws and issues. We're seeing that a lot in the American bully community. The exotic community is like specialists at it, and we have to get back to a point to where we can fix those things. Um, this is one of the reasons why I say that eventually pockets have to only be bred to pockets. It's not just for the look, but it's also for the strengthening of genetics that allows it to push forward and make a better look in general. I don't care if you're doing bulldogs, if you're doing dogos, if you're doing Rottweilers, whatever the case may be, the very livelihood of your kennel is going to be based off of, can you stay consistent? Can you consistently do this thing over and over again at a high level? The truth of the matter is, some of us is going to be able to do it, some of us can't. But one of the biggest handicaps that we're always going to have in the American bully community, it seems like, is we're willing to jump on whatever dog gets hot and change everything that we're supposed to do. And that's gonna make life rough for you. I'm promising. If you got a yard and you're in such a push to breed and do all the things that it comes with breeding, you're gonna miss out on a lot of the key elements of making the proper dog. Part of that is identifying the issues that come within your own blood inside your yard, so you'll know how to breed it going forward. Once those, oh yeah, Jonathan, yeah. I mean, a great pickup, great pickup, and definitely a push you towards consistency with the blood matchup, But this shit is a science, man. I know, and I appreciate the love, I appreciate the respect, but some people, when y'all do see my dogs and stuff, they're like, well, how do you get that level of consistency? Really, it's because not just because I've been blessed to have dogs that can produce. But my dogs are now bred in a certain way. They're programmed to look a certain way. They're programmed to have a certain size. So as we get a chance to perfect what we're trying to do, it's going to be a lot easier. Some of y'all are killing yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot over and over again. When you take these bloods, and in our community, we always say, oh, it's an outcross, it's an outcross. Sometimes you change the whole genetic makeup of your yard with some of these so-called outcrosses, that if it's so extreme and out there, and it's just somebody that you took on, this dog could possibly, bring in a set of genes that could be hugely detrimental, and with the lack of chromosomes matching up with maybe your dog and this different stud, the puppies could be very, very incomplete. It's a lot more detail, but as y'all do these breedings, map these breedings out, map them out, have an understanding of what it is you're shooting for on the third, fourth, or fifth generation, and you should see that building through the first couple generations that you're doing. If you can't see that you're building something in this process, you're probably doing it wrong. It cannot continue to change. We cannot continue, oh, that dog's hot, let me add his blood. Oh, that dog's hot, let me add his blood. Because at the end of the day, you're running more risk of the health issues that come along with it. You're running more risk of getting, this dog's health issues and things that you may not have paid close attention to. Let me see what the okay, the pros and cons of a big female, little female. If you're talking about a quality female, one of the pros I say for a bigger bitch is she's going to throw a bigger, thicker dog. Another one of her pros is she's got a bigger hip structure most of the time, and this hip structure allows you to have puppies more naturally. It's also something that you want to put into your genetics with your dogs, that you would hope that your dogs have more natural puppies than not natural. Um, I really favor, of course, the bigger version of the pocket and not the little one, because the little one, when you talk about cons, the little one is oftentimes directed towards either a bulldog gene, or it's directed towards a dwarfism gene. You know what I'm saying? And you can't get out of there. You know what I'm saying? You can't get out of there. You have to do things the right way. And to a less experienced breeder, the identity and the traits of some of these issues that may arise from mixing certain bloods and genetics, is not that easily visible. So they keep on going along with this in a plan to think that oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to fix it. I'm gonna be able to fix it. But all you're doing is further tainting the gene pool that you have already to sacrifice for elements. When you sacrifice for elements, it's like a continuous process of building. Because if you sacrifice, say for instance, just for, in the case of, Dax, of course, people want the neck and they say that it makes the dogs bullier and this and that and the other. But you added all these other issues into the dog that now you also have to deal with. And one of the biggest problems in the American bully community is that these issues are not being dealt with. They're just heavily, heavily compounded, which makes things so much worse. And this is something that I want to interview people about. I want to talk to people about, and it's something that I'm gonna put out here more and more. Is how do we make our community more educated to understand the breeding process? Because it's not as simple as we've always made it. That hey, I'm gonna pick one dog. This is the dog I like for my bitch. This is gonna be a cool breeding for my bitch because you know it'll sell a lot of puppies because the stud's name is big or this or that or the other. You have to pick all of the breedings that you're doing based off of the fact of what you plan on doing for 10 years from now. And what I plan on doing 10 years from now wouldn't be to be trying to fix or get rid of the bad heart genes that I put into my dogs, or this bad element or that bad element. Myself, I would hope that over the next 10 years, I stack my pedigree so well and pick the finest specimens out of the stacked pedigrees that I've already made in the dogs and everything that'll be, 3, 4 generations in from what I'm building now is that all I have to do is worry about refining. I can get very, very, very specific. I expect my dogs to have good structure. That thing keeps on. I expect my dog to have good health. I expect my dogs to be able to do all the things that a dog is supposed to do. 10 years from now, I should have those exact same results and be focusing and honing in on more specific traits to be able to present a complete package. But if I'm so obsessed with trying to find something that's going to get me a name or whatever the case may be, or I just like the look of this dog, so I got to use it. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for all the birthday wishes, man. Um, I'll be lost. You know what I mean? Overall, I'll be all the way, all the way, all the way lost. In my program, I would be, every breeding is basically like, when they say you take, 2 steps forward and a step back or whatever. It is what it is. Thanks once again on the birthday wishes, man. I really do appreciate it. But, this stuff has to be very, very plotted out. Alan Dennis, my dude, what's going on? You see, I'm here toughen it out, but actually I'm gonna go sit my ass down, take me a nap. I don't fly out for another 4 or 5 hours. If y'all ever travel with a couple kids, y'all know it's a very very energy draining process. But I actually went way further into that conversation than I wanted to. But it'll be better Friday when I have more energy or to really discuss these things. But our overall goal now is to perfect the genes. And you hear people keep talking about this stud book, stud book, stud. We don't really have a stud book, but what we can do in our community is eliminate the bad and and use the good. This is basically all we're trying to do. Eliminate certain situations where dogs who are horrible for the breed, eliminate them. Eliminate them. Dogs who can help this breed push forward and become a better breed, those are the dogs that we have to promote. As y'all heard me say, one of the worst things that happened over this last decade is that, you know, a dog like the bear, for instance, nobody ever unlocked the code on how to get great genetics and that look from the bear. Another one is, hey man, y'all need to stop talking about this ASAP Rocky and Rihanna situation. I have been informed by my attorneys to not talk about this. Everybody know the baby is mine. I was there. I'm telling y'all, it was a wild night. It was a wild, wild, what she said, wild, wild thoughts. It was wild, wild nights. And yes, I got Rihanna pregnant. And I could tell y'all what was behind this, but y'all wouldn't want to listen to all of that. Y'all don't need to be up in people's personal business and worried about what me and my woman was doing. We got a situation. That's all it is a situation. You know what I mean? It's a moment. Y'all act like y'all ain't never had you act like your woman ain't never said, I hate you. She don't really mean it. Like sometimes a woman yell I hate you during sex, and that's because she know you ain't shit. She know you ain't shit, you know? And that's all. Sometimes I don't be shit. And what's going on, John? I don't be shit. And in this moment right now, Rihanna ain't she? I went too far. I went too far. I went too far. Man, look, look. First of all, Denzel can't even really walk no more. You know what I mean? Denzel old as hell. If they was walking Denzel, they was only gonna make it a block before he fell asleep. Now, second of all, I'm gonna have to put hands on this ASAP dude. You know what I mean? I ain't feeling it. Why people are so jealous of me that they want to come and break up my happy home and take away from what I got going on. You know, man, Rihanna was doing fine. We was doing okay. Look, it was dark. It was one of her backup dancers. I grabbed her titty. Now this is the thing though. Can't nobody prove it. This is what I'm saying. Everybody know Riri ain't really got big voluptuous titties unless it's a good day. So I just reached and it was the wrong titty. Now y'all know like I know, and yeah, and then we up late night. We can talk about this. We all family here. Y'all know like I know. Y'all done seen some titties before. Titties truly don't have an identity. They got a cup size. So you grab this cup, you grab that cup. We don't know what the hell was really going on. But yeah, she gonna get all mad about that. Gonna get all mad about a titty. I told her my dog's got all kind of titties. I see titties all the time. I'm putting titties in puppies' mouths and all that. Put titties in my mouth. Everybody needs a titty in their mouth. We come into this world putting titties in our mouth, and she gonna let a damn titty break up a happy home. You know what I mean? You know, okay, it was two titties. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. My attorneys told me not to talk about this kind of shit. But no, seriously. Oh man, I guess. But if you look, I did the whole weekend thing with Poop on his birthday thing, and I tell y'all, man, it's a great feeling. You know, uh, just on something else. It ain't dogs, but it's a great feeling when you know you get a chance to see. It's always hard to say goodbye. My boys always cry. I see them basically once a month until the summer and they vacations. Like next month, I'll have them for 10 days. But in the summers I have them for 2.5 months. Like Christmas, have them a couple weeks. So it start to compile up. Once you add up all the days, I've actually had the kids damn near half the time. Getting them every other weekend and stuff like that. Which I'm gonna start that after the summer. But yeah, one thing about it is when we have kids, we have to sort of think like a kid. So when they with me, we act like kids. We eat stuff we probably ain't supposed to. I let the kids stay up late and tear up the house, and they fall asleep from sugar attacks and all that shit. But it's for them because I went through several years and a whole lot of attorney fees to make sure that they always gonna have their dad in their life. So I don't need no damn nothing. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm not good at video. That's why I don't do segments on breaking dogs down. I really don't like the technical part of this stuff. I'm really trying to get into. That's some of the things like when y'all make donations to the page. What I do is I set that totally aside, and like I said, I got a microphone, I got a new camera. Now I got a brother teaching me how to do the software to be able to do all these things. Because I would love to break the dogs down outside of when I go to shows. Now that we'll be taking the paperwork this week, the site is literally done. Um, I wanna, you know, um, I want to, do more of this. But more so, what I might have to do is, y'all right, I might have to take out one of my dogs, you know what I mean? Or as I visit people, go in and break down their dogs. And, I'll have to have me a cameraman or something and break down the process. Because it's an interesting process. I'm going to have to train a lot of judges. But I can tell you, the breakdown on the dogs and every aspect of it, it's going to be pretty interesting in a lot of ways because I can tell some people are sort of clueless to how a dog is supposed to be, and it's certain beliefs that mess up the show ring a lot. And y'all forgive the beeping. Like I said, I'm in a house now, so I can't control the sounds. But one of the things that is one of the biggest misconceptions in showing a dog is that you know what I mean? When you inbreed, I'll answer that question since it's up there. You really, you playing with fire because they might get smaller and more ripped because they losing mass, but they might also end up turning into a damn teenage mutant ninja turtle. So you gotta be careful when you play with them genetics. You don't know what you're gonna get. Marco Suarez's camp is a camp that as the dogs were more and more tightly bred. Paco, they did get smaller, they did get more ripped up, but they kept the amazing structure and the look. Well, other people have tried that shit and they ended up with, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, turtles that eat pizza and shit. And you got to sit them on little green carpets and just stack them up. One of them damn little dogs be and that's what it is. It's a hard play, but this is what Friday show is about. I'll let y'all get into my brain as far as the doctor side of me, and I can tell you some of the defects and some of the things that that you see, like those who are in the program. And I'm sorry, everybody in the program. That's been a rough few weeks, but this is something that I've been on and I've been telling everybody about, and I've actually mentioned it on here. Is that you know excuse me. But one of the rules is that you don't want any blood in your pedigree to go over 2/3 of a percentage wise, 66%, basically 67. You don't want to go past that marker because, from my experience, and there's some other people who believe in this, that come from a medical background, is that once you get over 2/3 of a blood that's intertwined and tightening your pedigree, you're you have a strong possibility of abnormal development in the chromosomes, that make up the genes, and the patterns change. They don't have room for growth, because there's so much the same, and it causes great abnormalities. Sometimes the dog might come out and look incredibly good, but then, you'll notice at a year old he starts to have seizures or something like that. So the inbreeding thing is something that I'm voting against. I think that there's enough good bloods out here, good solid show bloods, that you don't have to do so much of the inbreeding. You can move it around and make a better dog without doing those things. But like that was a good question. But like I was saying, as far as your breeding, I mean, as far as what you should expect, in a show ring, and one of the misconceptions about a show ring is that people believe that head and shoulders mean more than the rest of the dog. And I'm not just saying that because, what I'm saying, I want to get on certain people. No, the truth of the matter is that no body part on a dog is really, really that much more important when it comes to shows. Like, if your dog has an incredible front end, the other dog has an incredible rear, the judging process is going to be a little bit harder. Now, one of the reasons why you might get a little more points on the front end is because that would also include the head. So maybe he has the chest, the shoulders, and the head. But those are not guaranteed wins. If the symmetry is thrown off of the dog, and I'm going to be a stickler about that as I continue to go on. Symmetry means everything. These dogs with these long backs, or these dogs where they're so top heavy in the front that the rear doesn't match, that has to be almost considered a disqualification. If you come in there and your dog is just totally, totally, totally disproportionate and carrying a ton of mass in one area and nothing in the other, is all I can say, because we're going to have to get rid of that dog. We're trying to perfect the breed. As y'all see some of the dogs that we're going to pick, y'all going to understand that the point that we're trying to make and the point that we're trying to drive home is a registry, and that I want to make sure. Hey, I appreciate it, Red. Which one is that? Oh, Red Eyed Patriot. All right now, all right. But we get it in. Yeah, well, I'm actually in birthday zone right now. Yeah, but a lot of what we gonna transition to is more more educational, from different aspects, and educating everyone as to what we expect to see in the show ring, even down from the Frenchies and the English Bulldogs and different things of that nature. We're making a conscious effort to stick to color patterns that are supposed to be taken care of. We're also trying to make sure that undesirable traits, undesirable colors, obesity, and some of the other things that are happening with the French and English Bulldogs that we don't allow, because we want to promote the true nature of the beast and give people a target that's not moving. The dogs that you'll see that we're pushing right now, we want to be pushing those dogs in 10, 15 years, because if you do that, that gives you a chance to breed towards it. It starts in the show ring, and I'm telling y'all, the word symmetry is going to drive people crazy eventually, because some people are going to come in there and they're going to talk about the bulliness of the dog, and look at this, and look at that, and look at this. And if you lose a show based off of symmetry, you're going to feel bad, we all should feel bad when you lose, but at the end of the day, being a show judge, my judges specifically, I'm pounding that drum. We have to judge every part of that dog's body, anatomy, head, ears, whatever. You have to judge it equally. You know what I mean? You have to really, really sit down and decide, is this a flaw of the nature that it's DQ? Right now, symmetry has not been marked off. That's why you have so many champions with very, very long backs and different things of that nature. So, you know, we need to get back to that. As y'all heard me talk about personality wise, what does these dogs do? You'll notice I have a video coming out where I talk about different countries that are now banning the American Pit Bull Terrier and the Staffordshire Terrier of a good friend of mine's, Mike. Sniper. I ain't gonna put all his business out there, but Sniper, he sent me some real shit on that, and I have been hearing about it. And Taiwan is one of the countries that basically you're gonna have to sneak if you want any dog that's supposed to be a pit bull staffy, coming into their country. It's gonna have to be a sneaker man type of thing. But one of the main reasons is oh yeah, you talking about bodybuilding? Yeah, Dexter the Blade Jackson. I'm actually hiring Dexter uh next month. Damn, we didn't got all the way to March that fast. But yeah, next month I'm hiring Jackson to get into his program to help me get the best body and conditioning that I can get. But the symmetry thing, that goes hand in hand with the attitude and the temperament thing. I want to see how your dog's body is reacting in every which way. The eyes, the different things. So I don't have a problem with you after a show if you show up under me and you want to talk and you go, damn, I thought my dog was good. He had it. Why did he lose? I'm the kind of judge that will tell you a real reason as to what was the difference and why I picked this dog compared to your dog. And some of it's going to go back to symmetry. Some of it's going to go back to feet. Some of it's going to go back to eye shape. Some of it's going to go back to the fact that when I come up on your dog, it cowers down. This is not the proper attitude. And one of the reasons why the dogs are getting banned in places, and this actually happened in Taiwan, is because of a vicious dog attack. This is one of the bigger reasons why, because these dogs are very, very muscular, very, very strong, and they can do a lot of things. But if you don't have your dog, what it's supposed to be mentally, because you was chasing something, that too is going to be a thing that gets you disqualified. I'm not saying your dog has to be just in love with everybody and everything, but it has to be a controlled aggression to where if you let him know, hey, this is what it is, okay, pull back. Yeah, on the English Bulldogs, I'm basically want to follow what the AKC is doing. I don't want to disrespect the breed. So many people have put a lot of work into there. I'm an English Bulldog fan. I love them. One of the early dogs that I bought before bullies. But at the end of the day, the English, I'm pretty much want to follow what the AKC is doing, and it's going to be the same thing with the what I'm saying, with the Frenchie, is that we have to follow a true standard. If we can't do that, then it's not going to get any better. That'll be one of the breeds that we actually whip out the scale and see if your dog is overweight or not. If your dog is not, if your dog can't make the weight cut, then we'll have to do what we have to do. But yes, Easty Westy is a not so hard flaw to get rid of. I don't know what the cause of it is. I have no idea. But the one thing I know about it is that a lot of dogs who have been, now it depends on the level of it, but who have been slightly easty westy, say for instance, like a bistro, those dogs you've been able to correct those issues with ease. The kink tail and the underbite are also issues that are very, very easily correctable, and they don't seem to carry over. So, I don't want to eat up my whole show, and I do need to get me about an hour of sleep at least. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see my eyes is heavy as hell. It's almost, not almost, they stinging. I ain't tired because I drank all this coffee, but my eyes are tired. But like I told y'all, it'll be tomorrow is just my day, being a birthday. So I'm gonna get me some rest, and you know, my boy sent me some money for a $10 bottle of Hennessy. So I'm done with his ass. I love him though, because he's just ignorant. More than likely, knowing him, I'm gonna get home and he probably gonna ship me a bottle of Hennessy or some shit like that. But he's an asshole, man. The $10. I think it was an airport joke, knowing him, because y'all know how you gotta get those little bottles. But yeah, I'm gonna take a lot of rest, and then Tuesday we're gonna get at it, and we're gonna have to get at it. Rumor is okay. Well, shit. Let's talk about that. I'm always talking about I'm gonna get off, but it can be multiple things. Um, One of the reasons why I encourage, if y'all see my two younger studs, um, Jim Brown, what I'm saying, that's my guy that I got from Tyler Malone at what I'm saying, keeping it bully, Kennels. He's super Denzel, like Denzel a million times in the pedigree. He's very ripped up. He's very, very ripped up. And I appreciate it. MOB, I appreciate it. It's a beautiful thing to get old. But I keep him lean, lean mean muscle machine, man. Hey, I appreciate it, Julian. Now, Peoples is sort of lighter weight, ripped up. Now they got the chest, they got the muscle bellies, they got them, But I try not to feed them. I'm gonna tell y'all something that I do, and sometimes it's controversial. People look at it like you mistreating the dog, but my dogs, aloha, hey, I appreciate it. My dogs get fasted at least once a week, but a lot of times my dogs only eat 5 days out of the week. They always have water, right? But I like to rest their stomachs. I like to keep the extra bacteria out of their stomachs, and I like to watch how they maintain weight. Now, it's levels to how I feed the dogs, because the puppies, it's a smooth little balance. People will tell you if they've gotten a puppy from me or whatever, that's one of the main things I stay about them on, is the ability to mess with bone structure, because you're feeding your dog too much. And this is young dogs I'm talking about. Now, I actually seen a nice article that a young lady put up, and she was talking about, which we already know, is that one of the reasons why you see puppies and they're flopping and their feet, the way they move is sort of weird, is because the bones are not even touching each other. All their arms and their legs, that's why they're so floppy like that. It's actually held together by muscles and tendons, because everything is not closed down and it's not, filled out all the way. So if you see it on an x-ray, it looks weird as hell, but it's actually gaps in the bones of the dog's legs. So when you start talking about traveling down to the feet, of course, if you're keeping this dog very, very heavy, it can splay the feet and make them wider. And if you're asking him to stand a lot of times because you are doing the exercise or whatever the case may be. Hey, appreciate it, Mac Morris. This is the thing that will greatly affect the way that their paws are. It will greatly affect the structure. Some dogs, think about when we stand too long, how we start to turn our feet, how we start to lean to one side, trying to just take the pressure off of being straight up and down on your feet. Just dogs will do that. Now, if they do that, hey, much love, Ryan Campbell, appreciate it. Now, the thing of it is that dogs will do that. They will do that for a long time. It can affect their structure. It's not to say that every Eastie Westie dog it comes from that. And I know this is a long-winded answer, but definitely you can screw up your dog's structure by it having too much weight on it. Keep that dog at a good weight, especially a puppy, until at least 18 months. That's when I step it up. Excuse me. That's when I step it up. That's when I try to give more calories because I know the growth plates are closed. I know the dog is growing at a fast rate. It's going to use some energy. So now I can add a little more food. But like I told y'all, even as they get older, I promise y'all this, I still will sometimes, it'll be 2 days out of the week where they just get water. I'm looking at their size and their conditioning and different things like that. I'll fast them for the whole entire day. They might not be happy about it, but it has some health benefits to fasting. And one of the main things with my dogs is that I always want to make sure of is that, hey, you are in great condition. You are in a proper condition for your frame. As my puppies, I'm like almost insane with my puppies because I am fearful of what you just said. Yes, your dog. Now I'm gonna tell you another area that is greatly affected: the spine and the top line. If that stomach is heavy constantly and those bones are not fused in the spine like that either, it's not going to be able to carry and maintain the weight. But throughout time, it'll give your dog a horrible back that looks like somebody's been riding the whole time because you put too much weight into these sensitive areas. Keep your puppies at at a realistic weight, something that's healthy for the dog, and the puppy will grow into what you want it to be. You know what I mean? This is key though. The weight situation is so key in this community because I keep on seeing people do these videos where they put, what I'm saying, the Ultra 24 and the Dine and all that and mixing it all into the food and literally making this one dog food have um, literally 3 or 4 times the calorie, fat, content to put weight on these dogs, man. I don't know why the hell my head itching. That might be a good sign. But this is something that we have to do. We have to think about that. Healthy weights in our registry. You will not lose points if your dog is a little bit thinner but has a great frame and fits the bottom of the standard as far as we talk about in bulliness. The dog will get a chance to compete on a level with all the other dogs, but not being penalized for his size. We want to do structure. We want to do performance. How did you perform in the ring and all that? We need to get that part of the game done. And it's the other elements also, because like I said, we're talking about temperament. We're talking about all these different things with the dogs. So as this all comes together to make the ultimate dog, it starts from the first day you get your puppy. When you start talking about training them to stag and all the other things, the next things you need to be doing is light exercise. Most importantly, the thing that you always need to do is take care of your dog's joints, ligaments, muscles, and and bones while they're puppies, because this situation can get out of control fast like it already has. And I don't know. It's going to be an ugly thing, but Friday show is going to be good because I'll give y'all the examples of why this mixing thing has taken the breed to another level as far as the genetic complication, and basically how do you get from point A to point C without dealing with these B's, and y'all know who I'm talking about. But definitely keep your puppy at a healthy weight, and and let them flourish, let them build that muscle up. You would rather have a lean, very, very muscular dog than one that's super bully puppy, but at the end of the day, the dog starts to lose out on everything in the show ring because you damaged his structure. You want to keep him light and let him grow into his body. Think about it. Well, I guess I can say men and women, and y'all women, y'all can't cuss me out. But think about, how much easier it is when we were young to stay thin. That was our natural thing. When these dogs are a year old and all that, these dogs are just like we were when we were youngsters. When we was 12 and 13, 14 years old, you know what I mean? The body weight is not supposed to be an issue because you're going to grow into your body no matter what. And the bully world is just a rush process where everybody wants to see fat, everybody wants to see, you know what I mean, big bully puppies and all this stuff because they sell well, you know. And selling has been everything. But I tell y'all what, man, I thank y'all for supporting the page. We will get down again. If you have any interest in joining the mentorship program, hit me up 346-349-9840 or Hall of Fame Bullies, or if you on Instagram, True American Bully. Now, like I told you, I have further information where y'all can hit the site to start taking care of the process of registering with the TBKC, uh, probably Wednesday or whatever the case may be. But you know, we having a good time, man. Yeah, do me that favor. Like, hit the like button. I thank you, Mac. Hit the like button if you got the opportunity to share. Go ahead and share it. Those who have been sending donations and stuff, I greatly appreciate it because it is helping me get along to what I want to do. And this podcast thing is going to be so amazing. I already got the first 12 guests. And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to do a couple recordings, that y'all be seeing, some of those recordings this week for sure. So it's been a process, but we getting it all together. But if you want to donate to the page or whatever, it's TBKC Dogs on Cash App. And like I say, it is no pressure to do that. I'm gonna be here regardless. But I tell y'all what, if y'all can hit the like, the share, subscribe, and and let them know that y'all ain't robots just putting up fake numbers, then I would greatly appreciate that also. But I promise y'all gonna want to tune in Friday for sure, because we're gonna go over a whole lot of information, some medical, some diet, but ultimately what we expect in the ring and what people should be, trying to see in the ring, and why every part of these things are important and how they affect other body parts, or possibly how they affect, how the breed can go forward. And ultimately, if you're a registry, those are the things that you're interested in, because breed going forward is really your business. So, like I told you, I thank y'all for giving me a second. I did not want to let it go by because I said I was going to go live all day, and the kids was not having it. But, I will talk to y'all. More likely it'll be Thursday, and we'll have our normal Friday morning show. If you have a question about anything, Hall of Fame Bullies on Facebook, you know what I mean? Hit me up if you have a serious issues. I might not get to it, and you know what I'm saying? Oh, here we go with these donuts again. I might not get to your post like within 2 seconds, but the one thing is that uh, I'm getting an assistant now. A lot of things, well, I was supposed to have her a long time ago, but COVID sort of messed up everything. But things are coming together to where I'll be 100% dedicated to this, more so than stretched out everywhere else. And getting help is a wonderful thing, but if it's something of an emergency, I've sat up with people all night, basically calling back and forth, trying to get their puppies to snap up out of a parvo situation. I've talked people through births. I've done all these different things, and it for me, it's an honor and a pleasure, especially you people who are in the program. Whenever y'all have a question, hit me up, and things will get greater. It will be better. But if you have any questions, hit me up. Let me know if you have any ideas on the show on what to talk about. If you're interested in doing the podcast with me and getting on there and we chop it up for 30 minutes to 60 minutes, that's also good. But our knowledge is our power. Teaching the people who are coming into this breed is going to be the key thing that keeps us alive. So I hope y'all willing to help me with this. We got a lot of great breeds coming in. We got a lot of good things coming in from the American bully community. And it's just going to take a team effort for us to really pull this breed back. And it won't happen overnight, but we need to gain some respectability through the way we carry ourselves and also the way our dogs look and function. A dog that can shut his mouth, breathe through his nose, walk around everywhere, and do what normal dogs do will go a long way in us proving that we're not animal abusers, not only to Taiwan, but, in this country. But once again, I thank y'all. I'm gonna go take me a nap before I hop on this plane. Much love, y'all. God bless all y'all. And what I always say, y'all thought I was gonna forget that. If you're gonna smoke a little something, smoke it good. If you're gonna drink a little something, drink good. And if y'all gonna do that other thing that got me and Rihanna pregnant, you better do it real, or she gonna leave your ass. And don't be grabbing no random titties. That's what got me in trouble. You know what I mean? I don't. No, we'll never accept Merle anything. I'll talk about that on Friday. Until next time, y'all. Much love. God bless y'all. Peace.